Come to me, my children. Follow the sound of my voice to receive thy blessings. Unburden yourself.
Ow! 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 Ow!
And welcome to the Church of Last Resort with the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. The Church of Last Resort, where your prayers are heard, your sins forgiven, and no matter what you believe, you won't believe this shit. And now, the Irreverent Reverend, the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Why, it is so good to see you, and I sees you. I sees you all. That's right. But not the kind of seizure that put me in the hospital. No, the kind of seizure that will just welcome you and include our new members who may be enjoying us for the first time, wherever you may be, wherever you want to be. Because you may not be where you want to be, yet there you are. And I are here in my office where it is Sunday, July 19th, the 546th day of the Sex Offender Administration. That's right. 546 days of this madness. It is 70 degrees and no humility. That's right, no humility. But on the other side of this wall, it is 75 degrees, a slight overcast, with a slight hint of Canadian burning wood. That's right. You're in the Mid-East, or the Mid-Atlantic, and well, not the Mid-East, but if you're in the Mid-Atlantic and the middle of the United States, you get a good whiff of Canada. That's right. She needs a douche. That's right. She needs a summer's eve or something. Yes, indeed. But brothers and sisters, welcome to the Church of Last Resort. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, PhD, DDS, ADHD, MCM, People have also called me the racy Reverend, the pervert pastor, the vile, vulgar vicar of vice, the sexy shepherd, the missionary man, the minister of mischief, the dirty deacon of doggy style, the freaky, frisky friar, the ass man abbot, the colored cleric, the booty banging brother, the handsy high priest, the shameless shaman, Father Fistmas, the wicked I like to watch witness, the holy hoe, the divine dominating dominee, the depraved preacher, the tickle me theologian, the minister of making love, the clergy of conning conversation while eating coochie, and that nasty N-word. That's right. And the point is that I come by many names and by many methods, but I don't come easy. No, indeed. Morning, Sister Ann. Good morning. Bless you. Welcome. All are welcome. That's right. All are welcome. Because there are no sinners here. That's right. No sinners. We are all just imperfect people with a perfectly good reason to be here. Because you got no place else to go. That's right. So let us begin in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor. Can I get a fuck yeah, y'all? That's what I'm talking about. Yes, indeed. Brothers and sisters, it is time for our opening prayers. And wait, I forgot the sponsor. I didn't bring the sponsor over. Yes, I didn't. No, I didn't. Here we go. Sorry. I forgot. Actually, I didn't forget. I didn't know I was going to do it. There's a difference between forgetting and not knowing. I didn't know. So it's time for our opening prayer, sponsored by Swimming the Cleveland Ocean by John Palumbo. That's right. This book is going to change your life. It is a self-help book. No, it's not. It is an autobiography. No, it's not. It's just a good read. And if you buy the book, you can get the forward free. That's right. If you buy the book, we'll throw in the forward by G.D. Fenderson. That's right. That's amazing. You don't get that offer with any other book. Buy the book, get the forward free. That's right. So check it out. Swimming the Cleveland Ocean by John Palumbo. That's right. It's a good book. And that's also, this copy came from Amazon. And there's, this copy came from Amazon. But you can get it at crackthesky.com. And you can get the audio book and the digital download. They're both available at crackthesky.com. But if you want the free forward, buy the book, get the forward free. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. That's right. Giving away forwards. What the hell what is John Palumbo up to? Besides about yay tall. Other than that, what is he up to? Giving away forwards with the book. My God. And he doesn't charge extra for the punctuation. There's punctuation in his book. That's right. For free. So, if you want to help our sponsors, buy the book. Any version that you can. The digital, the audio, or the paperback. But it's only with the paperback that you get the forward for free, I think. At any rate, if someone you know, or someone you know, or someone who knows you, or you know someone is in need of a prayer by the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, please send your request for a prayer or healing or forgiveness or any such madness to me at drreverendjellyroll@gmail.com, just the way it's scrolling across the bottom. If you're on the radio, you don't see it scrolling across the bottom. So I'm going to spell it out for you because you can't see it scrolling across the bottom. It's DRREVJELLYROLLE at gmail.com. Let me do that again. DRREVJELLYROLLE at gmail.com. I did that in semaphore also for people on the radio. That's right. People on the radio. I spelled it out in English and in semaphore for you. Was that semaphore? Was that, I don't know. I'm not sure. I have to look at the tape. I may have just told somebody to hurt themselves, and we may need to include an ideation thing. We'll find out. I know I hurt myself right here, a little bit here. I could use the healing. Please remember to spell roll with an E on the end on the end. Otherwise, somebody else is going to be trying to spell it out for you, and they could hurt themselves. Don't make them hurt themselves. Be a kind person. Be a gentle person. Be a caring person. Don't make them hurt themselves by trying to spell it out for you. Just do it the right way. Just go to the site. Go to Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll on YouTube or on Facebook and just contact him if you have to. Okay? Don't make people hurt themselves. That ain't the godly way. That ain't our way. Yahweh, maybe, but not my way. Now, final disclaimer. While all prayers are heard, not all prayers are answered when we want them to be. Some loopholes and restrictions May, June, July apply. So please bow your head. Everybody, yes, especially you, because I know what you were up to yesterday. You bow your head. You need a forgiveness. Yes, I'm looking directly at you. Yes, I see you. Don't hide your head. Don't be pretending you're one of those dogs in that video going like, who, me? No, I know what you did. So bow your head, unless you're driving your car or your significant other. And if that is the case, first of all, thank your significant other for a nice evening or morning or afternoon. Say thank you. And if that is the case, close your eyes, gently close your eyes, and let Jesus do the driving while we pray. That's right. What about car? Again? Look under the wheel. Presto. Sorry. Gotta get me another hat. But do not let go of the wheel until you know Jesus has full control. That's right. Full control. Not just the steering, not just the gas, but also the brakes. That's right. That's right. Because there is no cruise control in heaven. That's right. Everybody who got there by accident. Nobody knew the way. That's right. That was that's something. That's a little joke we tell in between ourselves, see, because nobody really knows the way. We all just throw that shit out there going, if you want to get to heaven, you got to do this. If you want to get to heaven, you got to do that. And it turns out nobody knows the way, and the people that get there go like, whoa, I don't know. I turned left to purgatory, and all of a sudden I'm here. I'm glad to be here. I don't know how to get here. Don't know. So brothers and sisters, here we go. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Sam Neill. Sam Neill, the New Zealandite, and that's what we call them, New Zealandites. That's what they call themselves, New Zealandites. The star of the blockbuster Jurassic Park and Hollywood veteran of several decades has died. He was 78. His cause of death was pneumonia. His passing was sudden and unexpected by his family because he had been cancer-free at the time of his death. He had been diagnosed in 2022 with angioimmunoblastic T-Rex lymphoma. That's right. A rare form of non-Jurassic lymphoma, thus proving cancer is never truly free, according to Dr. Ian Malcolm. That's right.
That's garbage.
That's a good joke. What the fuck you talking about? That's good. Good shit. Now, Sam Neill was a good personal friend of mine. Here we are, having dinner after church shortly after his death. Yes, a good, close, personal friend of mine. And it said, yes, Heavy Kev was really touched by that. It says, Sam Neill, we are still mourning him down here. Yes. He was a good Kiwi, not a Kiwi. He was a good New Zealandite. Yes, he was. Good man. Yes. The actor was best known for his role as the gruff but undeniably lovable paleontologist Dr. Alan Grant in Steven Spielberg's 1993 blockbuster Jurassic Park. He reprised the role in Jurassic Park 3, as well as Jurassic World Dominion in 2022. Not to be confused with the 2025 money grab Jurassic World Rebirth and the 2028 planned release of Jurassic World 8. Alan Grant's DNA was just sitting there. He also starred in films including The Hunt for Red October, The Piano, or as we say up here in these parts, The Piany, Event Horizon, The Horse Whisperer, and Bicentennial Man. On TV, Neill earned widespread acclaim for projects such as Riley, Ace of Spies, Merlin, The Tudors, and a villainous 2-season arc in Peaky Blinders, in which he played ruthless detective Chester Campbell. Rest in peace, Sam. You have gone the way of the dinosaurs. Why can't that film franchise do it too? Can I get a Hunt for Red Piano on the Event Horizon behind the Tudors?
Amen.
Amen. Dear Lord, please bless Sister Wai Ching Ho. Why Ching Ho? I don't know. Why not Ching Ho? Wai Ching Ho, the actress known for her work in Marvel projects, including Daredevil, has died. She was 82. Her cause of death was a stroke. Not Deathstroke. That's a different franchise. Ho, as she loved to be called, Ho, from Hong Kong, got her first U.S. acting credit in 1983 with a role in the soap opera One Life to Live. She played an Asian woman. That's right. She was best known for her role as Madame Gao in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, first in Daredevil in 2015, followed by Iron Fist and The Defenders, both of which aired in 2017. She played an Asian woman mob boss. There's a pattern developing. Ho, as she loved to be called, had a number of other roles over the course of her decades long career, including in Law and Order, Special Victims Unit, Orange is the New Black, New Amsterdam, and Only Murders in the Building. In 2022, she voiced Grandma Wu in Pixar's Turning Red, about using pandas. That movie is about using pandas to spread communism to Canada, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm not a hoe. Hollywood had typecasted Ho, only giving her elderly female Asian parts. That's a goddamn shame. Y was a personal friend of mine. That's right. Here we are at a theater enjoying a performance of G.D. Fenderson. You can see we're the only two people in the theater, which is pretty standard for one of G.D.'s performances in the theater. That's right. And that was considered a sellout. We sold out our souls to be there and to support him. That's right. Rest in peace, Y. You were great as Madame Gao. We should all applaud you. Can I get her a hand? That's right. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Ron Hunt. Ron Hunt, the hard-nosed second baseman who became the first New York Met to start in an all-star game and the less famous brother of Mike, has died. He was 85. Ron Hunt died in hospice while battling Parkinson's and cancer. One of the worst double plays that he's ever been involved in. Besides, it's not fair. That's 2 against 1. You think someone else would have come from the bullpen to help him out. Like one of those brawls when you get into a little fight and they double team you and then they clear the benches and then they come out and they start swinging, or dugouts. They clear the dugouts and they get off the pitcher's mound and everybody's swinging but nobody's hitting. That's right. Well, speaking of hitting, Hunt set a modern era record with 50 hit pitch being all right, let's try that again. Hunt set a modern era record with 50 hit by pitches in the 1971 season. That record was later broken by Lindsey Graham, who was hit by 103 balls to the chin. Yes, I don't know why that odd number ball. I have an idea who that other ball belonged to, but I'm not saying. Hunt played for 5 teams during his major league career, including time with the Mets, 63 to 66, the Dodgers, the Los Angeles Dodgers in 67, San Francisco Giants in 68 to 70, Montreal Expos 71 to 74, and St. Louis Cardinals in 74. He collected 1,429 career hits across 12 seasons and was known for his tenacity, the pet name for his penis. Now, Ron was a close personal friend of mine. I'm going to miss him. Here we are, about to face off at a Mets-Yankees game in 65. That's right. I can't even remember who won that game. I don't remember who won that game, but he's a good guy, really good guy. I was closer to his friend Mike, and that's how I met Ron, but he's a good guy, really good guy. Rest in peace, Ron. Finally, I can name our second baseman for the Mets. Can I get a who's on first? Because I have no idea. I'm going to be dealing with that one for a while. That's our Mets first baseman. All right. Dear Lord, please bless brother Dermot McCannigan. Dermot McCannigan British broadcaster and television presenter of Sky News and the Eggheads, has died. He was 68. His cause of death was stage 4 prostate cancer. He was surrounded by family at the time of his death. They all claimed that they were not involved in giving him cancer or prostate glands. A fixture on British television news, let me try that again. A fixture on British TV news across 5 decades, that would be 50 years for those of you who are using the metric system. See, decade is 10. That's metric. See, over here, we say 10 years. It would be 10 years, which would be 50. I don't have to convert that again for you to, okay, got it. He presented flagship programming, including the ITV Evening News and the BBC News at 6 and 10, Blackbirds Baked in a Pie. Murdihan was a main presenter of BBC Breakfast from September 2002 to December 2007, and also hosted the quiz show Eggheads, about very pale people with no hair and really smooth craniums, I think. Never saw the show. When he revealed his diagnosis last summer, he said he was responding positively to treatment and feeling well. He became an outspoken advocate for men to get tested for the condition. Some people will do anything to get strange fingers in their bum. Again, that's metric for ass. Dermot was a close friend of mine, a close personal friend of mine. Here he is interviewing me for his show, Killer Britain. This interview was taken, this picture was taken shortly after his death. That was a great interview, though. He was a really, rest in peace, Dermot. Rest in peace. You were truly a great friend and an excellent interviewer, and your pie recipe was to die for. Can I get a slice of blackbird pie to go? And finally, Lord, please bless the entire behind-the-scenes staff of Mind Dog TV. As sleepy as they may be, as sleepy as they come, as sleepy as they go. They're there, and they are truly doing your work, helping to spread your word throughout the wordosphere. They don't have to get up this early. Well, okay, they do. But after they pee, they can go right back to bed, but they don't. They could be anywhere peeing, but they're not. They're here, wishing they were just anywhere else today. This pissing sounds a lot like my drinking. We're going to intend to get, just in case, we may need a different sound effect. That's for damn sure. And that ought to count for something. MindDogTV.com/merch, the place to go to get all of your Church of Last Resort gear. And what? And yes, just in time for August. Buy something using your August promo code. Matt Napple's birthday, he's turning 67, but he looks like he's 69. Yeah, that one. Use that promo code that I just made up. Ain't no promo code. Just buy shit, okay? Go there, buy shit, make a man happy. All right? That's right. That's what they used to say. In Baltimore, we have a place called The Block. We had a place called The Block. And that's where all the hookers would hang out. And the pimps would all say, go there, buy something. Go there, buy something, make a man happy. That's what they used to say. That was their motto. Go there, buy something, make a man happy. That's because we didn't have madams in Baltimore back then. They were so great, so prejudiced, so misogynist. But now we do have madams, but we don't have The Block. Now all the prostitution is done in the House of Representatives. So I apologize. I got distracted and lost my place. And because there's only one reason all of my luscious friends come here. That's right. That's right. They're already waiting. They're waiting. They know. My luscious friends know what's coming up. Bump, bump. That's right. Now let's have a little bump for the Lord. That's right. Brought to you by Bump in a Bottle. Straight from our vineyards to your innards. That's right. Wine, just like Jesus used to make. Now it tastes like piss. I'm not sure what that is. Could be subliminal. No. Okay, it's just me. The wine still tastes good though. Bump in a bottle. That's right. Just like Jesus used to make. You're saying, why did Jesus used to make that kind of wine? And why did he stop? Because where he goes, see, and this is what people don't realize about winemaking, okay? I'm just gonna give you a little bit of something about winemaking, just a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit. You can control the way wine tastes by what you put in the soil. See, you can have the same grapes in 9 different places and have 9 different tastes. That's right. And then how you age the wine make those grapes taste different. Jesus does not have those ingredients anymore. That's right. Because when he made this wine down here, he had this finger over here, just like that. But now, every time he does this, little blood trickles out, gets in the wine, and it doesn't taste like that anymore. Yeah, he can't do that without bleeding all into the wine. So that's why it's like he used to make. Our wine is blood-free. That's right. Blood-free, humane. So just for the record. Yes. That's right. Good morning, Heavy Kev. Heavy Kev is in the room, brothers and sisters. In the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah! That's right. We dropped the mic in my hand because I'm not dropping it on the floor anymore. It was costing us a fortune in microphones. Now, before I get to the meat of the show, what we got to do is tell people out there how they can get on the show, how they can get on Coffee with the Dog. Not this show. You're not coming on this show and stealing my minutes. I'm talking about Coffee with the Dog, our flagship show, where we actually interview guests quite sometimes often. That's right. And you can be one of those quite sometimes often guests. And our spokesperson, Sister Curly Hair So Bright, is here to tell you how and why.
Comedians, musicians, songwriters, filmmakers, authors, and podcasters. Coffee with the Dog is booking for the
summer and fall.
Now, get free publicity and hone your interview skill in a fun and safe setting. Coffee with the Dog is a live radio, live stream podcast based in New York that airs daily Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 11 o'clock in syndication on iHeartRadio, as well as video streaming platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and many other platforms. Guests usually come on remotely via StreamYard, like Zoom but easier, although occasionally we do in-studio interviews.
Fucking lie!
The morning show focuses mainly on comedians and musicians, and they have interviewed many top names and classic celebrities such as Robert Klein, Mike Binder, Eddie Brill, Doug Stanhope, Steve Byrne, Paul Provenza, Jeff Altman, and many, many others. For booking, go to minddogtv.com/booking.
That's right. Thank you, Sister Curly Hair So Bright. She is a treasure, a living treasure. That's right. And I don't get to say that about many people. I can say it about anybody. I can. Watch. See that guy over there? Living treasure. But I can say it about anybody. She is truly a living treasure. One of a kind. Yes, she is. One of a kind. A living treasure. Guys, gals, she's single. And when I say she's single, I don't mean she swings both ways. I mean, there ain't a way she can't swing. She's got like 4 extra vertebrae. That's what I'm talking about. Love her. She's a great, great woman. Love her. Gives everything she's got to the church. And then some. Brothers and sisters, in today's segment, Looking for God in All the Wrong Places, we're going to talk about a song by Pacific Gas and Electric. Are You Ready? That's right. 1970 release. Now, before I hit you with all this stuff, we'll hit you with the sermon, I just want to share a couple of art renditions that one of our parishioners, Heavy Kevin New Zealand, has created for us. Here's one of them right here. Yes. Are You Ready? 1970. That's right. Check that out. That's good artwork. That's the kind of artwork you cannot buy. You can't just buy that kind of artwork. It has to be made. It has to come from the heart of New Zealand. That's right. And here's another one right here. What's this? Are You Ready? 1970. That's right. Pacific Gas and Electric. Are you ready? Yes, indeed. But I hope these pictures help to get you in the mood. That's why I showed them to you, to get you in the mood. I want you all up in here. Because see, Are You Ready by Pacific Gas and Electric, released in 1970, is a fusion of gospel, blues, and rock, reflecting both musical experimentation of the era and deeply religious undertones. That's right. It is written by Charlie Allen and John Hill. The song achieved mainstream success, reaching number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 49 on the R&B chart. Now, this song combines elements of apocalyptic prophecy with inspirational reassurance. And those two things don't seem to go hand in hand. And it creates a tension between fear and hope. Now, here's the thing about this song, before I start getting into the weeds of the words. That's right. Before we get into the weeds of the words, see, I just said that. I did not know that was a thing. I just now thought of it. Before I get into the weeds of the words, I may have to coin that and work that into every week. Get into the weeds of the words. That's right. Man, my brain is so no humility. Zero humility. But before I get into the weeds of the words, I want to explain that the song itself is about 6 minutes long, but the words is only about 40 seconds. And that's because individual words, because he does a whole lot of repeating. And I'm not going to repeat every repeat that he repeats. Well, I'll repeat it because he said it, but I'm not going to break it down because I broke it down once. It's not like it got fixed after break it down again. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, Brother Handicap says that I was too slow bringing in the bump, and that he had already pre-bumped. And that's okay. There are no rules to say you can't bump twice or 3 times. You bump as often as you need because you're not bumping for yourself. You're bumping for the Lord. And you can't bump too often. That's what I'm talking about. So the song goes like this. The lyrics go like this. There's rumors of war, men dying and women crying. If you breathe air, you'll die. Perhaps you wonder why. Sorry, damn it. Perhaps you wonder the reason why. But wait, don't you worry. A new day is dawning. We'll catch the sun and away we'll fly. Okay, the song opens up with a reference. It goes, there's rumors of war, men dying and women crying. Okay, that is like a direct reference to Matthew 24:4, which, tell us, good book, what does that do? Matthew 24:4 speaks about signs of the times. It evokes a world on the brink of conflict and moral crisis, reflecting the socio-political anxieties of the late 1960s and early 1970s. Thank you. We've got to find you one voice and have you stick with it, because your voices are all over the place. You don't know what you sound like, do you? You don't know what you sound like to me. I don't know what he sounds like. That's someone's like, he sounds like Rocky giving Bullwinkle a blowjob. That's what it sounds like to me. But that's just me. Now, the next line, we're all going to die. Yeah. It says, and you may wonder why. Well, you don't really have to wonder. Here's the deal. It says in scriptures, from the earth we come, and to the earth we will return. Okay? But is that true? Is that true? From the earth that we come and earth we will return. Only a handful of people came from the earth according to Genesis. Only a handful. And two of them, are Adam and Eve, if you believe it. A handful. Everybody else was made the old-fashioned way, so it seems. Because you'd have thought that if God had made more than 4 people with dirt, that they'd have said, yeah, well, made a lot of people by dirt, but my 2 favorites are Adam and Eve. He just said, nope, we made man and woman. That's just kind of interesting. He doesn't really say how many men and women that first time. That just occurred to me. He says, I made man and woman. That's right, it didn't say how many. That could be the answer to the things that people have been questioning, like where did Cain's wife come from? So he went out and he knew his wife. Well, he didn't say how many people he made before Adam and Eve. He just said he made man and woman. And then he talked about Adam and Eve, probably because it was their kids that did the killing. The other people, their kids weren't killing, so they didn't have to be brought up. That's right. Their kids weren't killing. It's like in our society. I know I'm just straying here, but I just think I had an epiphany. And I don't usually get those without gas. I get gas and an epiphany. But now I'm getting something. But it doesn't say how many people he made, just he made them. Then he made Adam and Eve, and he had to mention them because their kids were the first ones to do murder. Okay, Cain slew Abel, and then Cain saw his wife. Said Cain knew his wife. Well, because of the other people that God may have created, according to my conjecture, that's right. So, and the reason why he mentioned Adam and Eve, yeah, it's like we have billions of people on this planet, billions of people. Not everybody gets mentioned in the news. Most of us we're just mankind. It's not until you do something of note that your name gets recorded. So if you shoot at a president, your name gets recorded. But if you're one of the 800 people that were just sitting in the audience and you ran away, nobody's going to write about you. I think that's a different take. That's an interesting take. Now I got distracted. I'm going to have to reread that verse just to make sure it says what I think I say it says. Right. So I'm going to go back to what I wrote, what GD wrote for me, and see if I agree with it. Let's see here. But is that true? Only a handful of people came from the earth. Okay. Well, it may no longer be a handful. So let's just go. Okay. The rest came from sex. There we go. That's what we need to talk about. Let's talk about sex. Okay. The rest came from sex, which is not the old-fashioned way. See, you see a lot of these sci-fi movies where they're like recreating people, and controlling people with the DNA splicing and shit. And then somebody else says, no, thank you. I prefer to make kids the old-fashioned way. Well, the old-fashioned way was you made people out of dirt. That's the old-fashioned. After that, it was just sex. See? There was only like 3 ways of making people. Dirt, sex, and now maybe the occasional splicing and cloning and petri dishing. Yes, redistricting, which is a problem in many communities. So, yeah, so the old-fashioned way is not sex. The old-fashioned way is just making people from dirt. But I digress. And now I continue with the words. Are you ready to... There's a series of questions here. Okay. There it goes. Are you ready to sit by his throne? Are you ready not to be alone? Someone's coming to take you home, and if you're ready, they'll carry you home. Are you ready? Now, I stopped it there because he says it twice. Are you ready? Are you ready? So I broke it up so that the first, are you ready, is a question in response to the other stuff. And the next, are you ready, is a precursor to the next following verse. That was my breaking it up. That's not the way they broke it up here. That's because I'm smarter than them. It's okay. You can say it. So let's start with he'll carry you home. He'll carry you home directly alludes to an African American spirituals, particularly swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. See that right, just like that. That's what that's an allusion to. It alludes to that line. See, and that and just other places where in the Negro spirituals, that's what they were called, Negro spirituals. They, it symbolizes salvation, divine guidance, and spiritual deliverance. Not like that movie. No, I'm talking spiritual deliverance, not not that deliverance. No, that's not spiritual. Mm-mm-mm. I don't even know what to call that. Maybe an excerpt from one of Matt Napo's videos. So, now that makes that scene from Psycho gives it new meaning. It's like, sorry, never mind. I'm lost and irretrievable. I'm lost. Okay. Now, he repeats lines such as, "Are you ready to sit by his throne? Are you ready not to be alone?" Okay, that emphasizes personal readiness for the second coming of Jesus and the ultimate union of the divine. Okay, now, the question is, well, not the question, my thing is readiness relative, or rather than, well, readiness is relative. Okay, let me explain. It says, "Are you ready for the Lord?" Well, ready? Let's see. Let's say that a person is ready today, because they know that their Jesus is coming at 10:45 Eastern time today. Okay, they're ready now. They got 3 minutes. Okay, they got 3 minutes. They're ready right now. Let's say that Jesus doesn't come, because like many men, it is hard to come while you're being watched or under pressure. So Jesus says, "I can't come while you're watching. So stop watching me." And so then that person stops watching. But that person is the only one watching, because it's usually a bunch of people who think it's going to happen at 10:45 today. So some of the people are still watching, and they're still watching, and they're still watching. And after a month or two of not watching, would you still be ready? I mean, you stopped watching, and maybe you moved on with your life. Maybe you've forgotten, and so you're no longer ready. Okay? Would you, or you or what is your ready? Okay? Would you be ready like my buddy's wife? Okay? My buddy's wife says, "I'm ready. I just need to put on my makeup and get dressed. And then I'll be right down." But she always says that. She says, "I'm ready. I have to put on my makeup and get dressed. I'm ready, but I want to pee before I go. I'm ready." So is that ready? Is that really ready? And all those people that says they are ready, are they ready, or are they just ready light, ready-ish, preparing? And they think preparing is ready. That's not the same thing. Okay, I'm preparing a ceremony. I'm preparing a sermon last night. I'm preparing a sermon, and I'm writing things up, and I'm tickety-clacking, clickety-clacking, and that's preparing. And if all of a sudden we went live, I'd be like, whoa, I'm still preparing my sermon. I'm not ready. Okay, you're listening now and saying, were you ready then? Were you ready this morning? None of your damn business. I finished writing, and I finished preparing. Was I ready? Don't know. So when people say they're ready, I mean, the question is, are you ready? And they answer, yes, I'm ready. Are they ready? Or are they preparing? Okay. It continues. That's right. It continues. Are you ready? people say that he won't come, and I don't know what say you. But if he should, would you be the one? I've got a little question I'd like to ask you. Okay, before going with the questions, because he already asked you a bunch of questions, he's got more questions. So it says, people say that he won't come, and I don't know what say you. In other words, they're doubters and they're believers. He says, are you a doubter? Say he won't come? Or are you a believer? Says he will come. Or you're a pragmatist that says he won't come while you're watching. Okay? Like they say, a watched crotch never comes. That's what they say. But that's not always true, because some people like to be watched. We don't know that about Jesus. Okay? We don't know. So he says, I've got a little question for you. I'm sorry. I've got a little question I'd like to ask you. He says, are you ready to sit by his throne? Are you ready? Okay, actually, he does it like this. He goes, are you ready to sit by his throne? Are you ready not to be alone? Someone's coming to take you home, and if you're ready, they will carry you home. Yeah, something like that. I don't have the thing in my head. You see that? There's no music. That's from memory. Damn, what a good memory I have today. Then it says, are you ready? Now, of course, that are you ready? Like I said, he said it twice, but I break it up because the other are you ready? I use that as the precursor for the next section, the next verse. But I'm not going to break all that down for you because it's very simple questions. And I can't answer those questions for you because he's saying, are you ready to sit by his throne? Where is his throne? Okay. Now, according to the good book right here, hi, his throne is in heaven at the seat at the right hand of the Father, right? That's what his throne is. Now, you may not be that person. First of all, you said, I got to see that throne. First it doesn't say you're not going to sit on the throne. You're sitting by his throne, okay? We don't know what he's sitting on. We don't know what the people are sitting on. And if is everybody sitting on the grass? Does somebody have like grass allergies? We don't know, okay? When you see all the depictions of heaven, everything is sitting on clouds. Are we sitting on clouds? Is it like sitting on toilet paper, Angel Soft? Like everybody's sitting on, not a sponsor. Everybody's sitting on toilet paper rolls, bouncing around. Don't know. Or are we sitting on other people? Those just piled high. It's just like a pyramid of people. Is heaven a pyramid scheme? Don't know. Never been there. Okay, this is all conjecture. See, anybody that tells you they know what heaven's like, they're full of shit. Because the book was written by people who never been to heaven. Okay? It said Jesus in my house has many mansions. Doesn't say what condition they're in. It just says there's room for you. I was invited to stay with a couple of ministers in Maine. This is a while ago. I was still studying to be a minister, and I was getting some tutelage. And I stayed. They said, we have a place prepared for you. Okay. It was more like a manger. What it was is they had a barn where they still had animals in it, and they had converted the upper part of the barn into bedrooms and little bedrooms and offices. And I got one of those little bedrooms and offices above the barn, okay, where there's still animals in there. So I'm like sleeping in a manger. I'm in an office with cows and chickens beneath me and some cock off in the distance crowing every hour, which I did not know they did because I did not grow up around cocking crows. And I didn't even hear of counting crows until I met my wife. But yeah, I did not know. But they said they had prepared a place for me, for everybody. And there was many rooms. There was like 4 or 5 rooms. I was just one of 4. I occupied one of 4 rooms. I was the only guest. So they could have had 4 other people there. But guess what? None of those rooms had doors yet. That's right. You walk in, there were no doors. So you had like a curtain. But they had prepared a place, but it was still being prepared. I could sleep there. I had lights. They didn't have toilets. I had to go to the main house for the toilet. It's almost like modified slave quarters. If I want to pee, I could poop and pee with the animals downstairs, or I could go to the main house. And at 2 o'clock in the morning, I wasn't going to walk through the middle of the night. I had a flashlight, walking through a place I'd only been there for like 4 hours, walking through a barn I'd only been there for 2 hours, and trying to find a bathroom. And then, then like they said I didn't go anytime, or I could just poop in the woods. They told me if I wanted to, I could just do it in the woods. They're like, we're free here. We understand how nature works. And they did. They even turned off the electric fence because it accidentally killed a bird. So they turned off the electric fence, trying to keep, so the cattle wouldn't just run off. The sheepis and the goatses. The point is, nobody's ever been to heaven, so nobody knows. Anything they say is conjecture based on what they think or would like to happen, okay? Your heaven is as good as mine, if not better, because I don't know what your heaven is. We can talk about that, okay? So then goes, are you ready to sit by his throne? Are you ready not to be alone? Someone's coming to take you home, and if you're ready, then he'll carry you home. Are you ready? Okay? Now, here we go again. Are you ready? Brothers and sisters, I have many stumbling along to do. Are you ready? Brothers and sisters, I have many stumbling along to do their thing. Love is a song that's better than any. It's better for music. It's easy to sing, but not say. Easy to sing, but not say. Now, love is a song. I don't know if I have to break that down, but if you know anything about music, and if you do, why aren't you making some or producing some? Call my friend Matt, tell him. I say, hey, look, I'm in the music business. I'm going to make you a star. All you got to do is a little favor for me. But love is a song. Okay, a song is made up of all these little parts, but a song does not have to have actual instrumentation underneath of it. It just needs to be voiced in a melodic manner. Okay, so love is a song. Okay, it's a song. It's a melodic expression of words. Does not have to have instrumentation. If I sat here and said, are you ready to sit by his throne? Are you ready not to be alone? You would still call that a song. You'd probably say a cappella, give it a little fancy word, and maybe you say, are you ready? Sit by his throne. Are you ready? See, it's still a song. And they're saying that's what love is. Self-expression. It doesn't need all that fancy shit. See, a lot of people think, I'm in love, I'll buy them a ring. I'm in love, I'll buy them a car. I love you, I'll buy you a house. See, those things are like instrumentation. But true love, you don't need all that shit. True love, is just an expression from here. You don't need all that other stuff. That's what I think he says when he says love is a song. It's better for music. It's easy to sing. Are you ready to sit by his throne? Are you ready not to be alone? Someone's coming to take you home, and if you're ready, then he'll carry you home. Okay, now, one more time. Are you ready to sit by his throne? Are you ready not to be alone? Someone's coming to take you home, and if you're ready, they'll carry you home. Okay, the song utilizes gospel-style call and response with repeated affirmations like, yes, I'm ready. Okay, and that part's coming up. See, reinforcing the communal and participatory nature of religious affirmation. So let me show you. Just give me a second here. I think you can still hear me, right? So for call and response, I needed a little help here because I can't do it all by myself. I try, but I can't, okay? So he says, are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. I've got to know. Yeah. Yes, I'm ready. You sound real good. Yes, I'm ready. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Gonna be sunshine again. Yes, I'm ready. And the flowers growing. Yes, I'm ready. Children playing. Yes, I'm ready. Gonna be all right. Yes, I'm ready. You got to be ready. Yes, I'm ready. I know you're ready. Yes, I'm ready. Say it loud one more time. Yes, I'm ready. Oh, yes. Yes, I'm ready. Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm ready. Say that loud. Yes, I'm ready. Sing it out loud. Yes, I'm ready. Sounds so good to me. Yes, I'm ready. Oh. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Oh, my God. Can't keep that up for another 4 minutes, but it keeps going. I'm gonna be all right. Yes, I'm ready. Gonna be all right. Yes, I'm ready. All right. Yes, I'm ready. Oh, sorry. The tail. Stop. Watch it. There you go. Make me feel so good. Yes, I'm ready. Make me feel so good. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. No more dying. Okay. We'll discuss that another time. Yes, I'm ready. Because people have this thing that once you go to heaven, there is no dying. All right. Now, let me get this straight here. People have a misconception that if you go to heaven, now I've never been there, and I'm using theosophical society. I'm using logic from the Theosophical Society, okay? They maintain that the more ethereal you become, the less attached you become to this body. So you have to let go of that ego. So if let's say I died 12 years from now, 13, 40, okay, let's be practical. I'm a black man living in this world. I probably have another 40 or 50 years to go. So let's say in 50 years I die and I go wherever I'm going. If I will no longer exist as a Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, okay? Because that ego was established here on Earth with physical limitations, okay? I was named by my parents. They didn't name me Dr. Reverend. I earned that. They named me Jelly Roll, which I didn't deserve. What else am I going to be? I have two choices: blues singer, musician. Blues singer or reverend. That's it. That's all you can be with a name like Jelly Roll. My parents cursed me from the beginning, and I did the same to my son, Jelly Jr., except for they have me now to guide them to wherever they want to be. And he wants to be an astrophysicist. So once I get beyond the ethereal plane and the other planes, that as me as Dr. Ever, I'll stop to exist. I get further and further away from the plane. Because what's the point of living in heaven if you're still attached to earthly things? See, that's the whole point of heaven, is to rise above the earthly things. And so one of the first things that has to go is your fucking ego. Now I'm just using logic. I've never been there. Okay. So if you are still being haunted by somebody, it's somebody who's never been to heaven. Because if they got to heaven, they'd have to let go of the ego, and if they let go of the ego, there'd be no reason for them to haunt you. All right. I'm just trying to use theosophical logic. Like I said, none of us have been there. Okay. So, in conclusion, while this song is overtly religious, the song was also accessible as a catchy rock tune, blending blues, rock energy, and gospel emotion. This allowed listeners unfamiliar with the direct Christian message to engage with it on a musical level. That's right. Brothers and sisters, I thank you so much. Yes, I thank you. I thank you for paying attention, if you paid attention. If you didn't pay attention, I thank you for tuning in and listening as long as you could listen. Because I know not everybody can give me a full hour of their time. I'd be lucky if my producer gave me a full hour of his time. I'd be lucky if he wasn't asleep right now and the show ended and then he goes, then he hit end stream in the middle of a sentence because he didn't know what I was doing. But that I wouldn't be surprised. The thing is, I thank you for whatever attention you could give me. It means a lot to me. Every moment that you spend with me is a moment that you could have been doing something else with someone else, and you spent it with me. So I am humbled by that experience, because you cannot get time back. And the fact that you chose to use your time to spend it with me means a great deal. So before I close, I want to thank those of you who have subscribed to my fledgling YouTube channel, Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, bless you, and also the Facebook name by the same page, same by the same name, Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, or Dr. Rev Jelly Roll, okay? Bless you. I also invite you to go to Gig Salad if you ever need a humorist for one of your private parties. Go to gigsalad.com/GD Fenderson. Check him out. I kid him and I give him a lot of shit and a lot of grief, but I find him a good excuse for something that could pass as funny. So, brothers and sisters, on behalf of the Church of Last Resort and the entire Roll family, my wife Amona, who's under the weather today because she got a dose of the lettuce, let us pray. My kids, Cinnamon and Jelly Jr., our cat Tootsie, our dog Stop Dropping. I wish you safe travels, and I hope you will join us next week at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Eastern Orthodox Time, on Mind Dog TV and everywhere that our word is heard. In the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get the fuckiest of fuck you? Fuck yeah! I'm talking about.